The Gamma Knife is used by neurosurgeons to treat brain tumors with pinpoint accuracy. Here to explain how the Gamma Knife works is Dr. Christopher Duma of Hoag Memorial Hospital Presbyterian in Newport Beach.
The concept is that you're using gamma radiation, so focused radiation beams, in lieu of a knife, instead of a scalpel. And that's where it comes from. But how it actually works is the beams of radiation work on the DNA inside the nucleus of a cell. So the DNA are rendered incapable of dividing. So the DNA is damaged to a point where the cells that normally would be dividing, because they're cancer cells, for example, can no longer divide. So they die off. And also the proteins in the cells can be destroyed by the radiation so that they can no longer propagate the life of a tumor cell. What we're treating is any pathology within the brain, and that could be a blood vessel abnormality called vascular malformation. It could be a brain tumor of any type, either benign or malignant, a brain tumor from another site like a lung cancer or breast cancer that went to the brain. We can treat pain syndromes called trigeminal neuralgia, where the anatomy is perfectly normal, but the patient has a pain syndrome, and we can treat the nerve itself. Talk about the precision of this machine. The nerve is only the size of a thin piece of spaghetti, and the targeting is that precise with the new unit. We talk about 0.5 millimeter of accuracy with the Gamma Knife. This is the new iteration of the Gamma Knife. It's called the Perfexion. And the beauty of it is it's just fully streamlined, and it's quick. The treatments are very quick and rapid because that couch that you see the patient lying on there is fully robotic. It manipulates the patient, it moves the patient into the proper position for the various treatments. We may have to treat a particular tumor in a number of spots to create the three-dimensional treatment of a three-dimensional object inside someone's head. So the machine moves the patient into the position for each shot, and it's all done robotically and automatically. When the patient is brought into the machine, the collimator is actually fully automated as well. Think of the collimator as the aperture in a camera, letting out beams of radiation, opening and closing, and that's fully automated as well and robotically automated. And you see the leaves of the machine opening and closing here to direct the beams of radiation precisely on the patient's tumor. The beams of radiation are coming from a defocused range around the patient's head in a circumferential array, and they're all focusing on a target point. In fact, there are 192 beams which are focusing. Each beam is very weak, so you don't lose any hair, there's no brain damage. The patient certainly doesn't have any ill effects from the treatment, but where they're focused is 192 times as powerful as each beam. Well, the beauty of the Gamma Knife is that with literally one touch of a button, the patient is then fully automated for their treatment. And there's no opening of the head, no incisions are made, there's no pain involved in this procedure. In fact, we have the patients bring in their iPods and listen to music during the treatment. And as I mentioned, literally the quickest treatment we do is about 5 minutes for a brain tumor, or it can last maybe an hour, the whole treatment. But in that time, the patient's awake, they're not put under general anesthesia, they're perfectly comfortable, and they're listening hopefully to some music that they're enjoying. So it's really a very tolerable procedure for the patient.